Puta Rosalba. Los franceses arruinaron mi puta vida. Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba. Perfectamente. Para la chingada, Joaquín. La payasera eres tú, Rosalba. La payasera eres tú, Joaquín. La payasera eres tú, Rosalba.
Mostly the same, mixing potions, healing potions, drinking potions, testing potions. This dimension was quite peaceful when I arrived.
Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba. Regardless of what happened, we're here now. Regardless of what happened, we're here now.
That's what I've always liked about you. So dedicated to science. Not like the natives, you are willing to cooperate with even a...
Chingada, Joaquín.
Such a strange, arbitrary restriction that only serves to make the combat feel worse. Look at Elden Ring comparison. You can change the direction of your combo attack freely, and it feels much more natural. It would also be nice if we had more things to swing at. Breath of the Wild was criticized for its small enemy roster, and Tears of the Kingdom didn't do...
Terco, shampoo con sol caspa, elimina el 100% de caspa visible y reduce la comezón.
You might remember that before the release of Tears of the Kingdom, this channel was making heavy inroads into becoming a Zelda-focused channel. I was shilling Tears of the Kingdom. Before the game came out, many, if not most, of the lore videos that came out about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom were lore videos that were trying to
deadly test.
separate itself from the other. God is statue of the there's a lot of
tantos putos años. Perfectamente. Perfectamente.
so strong in this game is the soul stone is secret stone in Payasada. And that secret stone by itself gave him this incredible power. So much so that he secret stones. Defeats all of them. Even combined, they can't do anything against him. And this stone by itself makes it so strong that it's still kind of good. Which is obvious something about that sword. It doesn't have to go to this normal special sword.
Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba.
Now, I suspect that you could think up of a reason why this might happen. That you have the established canon. For example, individuals sort of find and speculate that the reason that the injured
Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba.
separate themselves from previously established lore. And if they were going to be bound by what they had written previously, it would be difficult for them to come up with lore. But the problem is that they're now moving forward
Aún más enano. Para la chingada Hawking.
People say nice to meet you, they introduce themselves to him.
Puta Rosalba.
You did so participate in the quest. You've known Hudson after that for years. It's like they selectively chose which parts of the quest were canon and which ones were removed. And then there's the Sheikah technology. The Sheikah technology all disappeared and into the kingdom and the
Tantos putos años.
They disappeared after the time. Only the people I rule on witnesses because no one knows that some multiple bodies disappeared, and it is considered a mystery. It is believed that since the Calamity disappeared, they also disappeared at their role in things fulfilled. Here is the problem with that explanation. In Tears of the Kingdom's lore, we find out that Rory sealed away Gandalf.
Ni por más puerquito.
And that is what Calamity again seems to be. That's what we ended up calling Malice.
Para la chingada Hawking.
But no, if you go to the Shrine of Resurrection.
Once I refresh my devotion, I'll be strong enough to defeat anyone, even cohort. I test my might against a formidable foe.
Se lleva la chingada Hawking.
And its only purpose was to defeat Calamity again, not actually by Gandalf. And that is my history. Again, I don't believe that that's a particular reason, and Nintendo was just choosing to withhold information for the sake of adding mystery to the game. If that was the case, it would have had from the key line dialogue, you get to by asking yourself. don't want newcomers into Tears of the Kingdom for Breath of the Wild to feel out of place. They don't want a situation where every NPC recognizes Link, and these new players to feel like they're missing out on a bunch of context. So they just made a situation in which, in this case, like, they go to certain places, didn't talk to certain people, didn't do certain quests, and even the things that you did do, like the Hudson wedding, have to be
Puta Rosalba. Tantos putos años. Te lleva la chingada, Joaquín. Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba. Ay, no, qué puto asco.
If you enjoy your reward.
That's the end of this video. Please subscribe and click the bell notification. And as always, thank you.
Becoming you is your power. Is all power. Blanco.
You might remember that before the release of Tears of the Kingdom, this channel was making heavy inroads into becoming a Zelda-focused channel. I was shilling Tears of the Kingdom hard. I was many, if not most of the world. Now, personally, and if they were working bad, I would take why is Gator here at all? Why do they have this scene here where he's kneeling to the king and alluding to something of time, like it's 37 or something? And this year, another Broly, he's the founder of the King of Hyrule. So what's going on? What's happening here? Well, in an interview with Payasada, the director of the Broly House, what's the difference between this? Oh, it's just been a long time, the kingdom got destroyed, and then everybody was born back into it again. What's the difference between that and just starting over in a new continuity that isn't at all connected?
Puta Rosalba.
Than this. I suspect the real reason is simpler. They want to nostalgia bait us. They want us to go over They want us to find a ruined Lala Ranch and get a personal over them.
Puta Rosalba. Perfectamente. Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba.
That go to her house every day. None of them know who you are. And the video is mostly a joke video. I don't really care. A problem in the way that Tears of the Kingdom handles its continuity, its relationship to its previous game. It's not just about Link living in it's about
Puta Rosalba. Puta Rosalba.
Here is the problem with that explanation. In Tears of the Kingdom,
Puta Rosalba.
feels like perfect. Some of his miasma was leaking out, and that is so it can't be that you were so informed, you might be able to make an excuse for this that makes sense. You could, for example, assume that the Sheikah technology has a will of its own, it has some kind of consciousness, and it noticed that it was taken over by time again for the past 50 years. Again, it decided to
Rosalba.
replace battery by its own function. Or you could assume that, again, this is consciousness, and it noticed that Ceylon again works on the break, and its only purpose was to be alive again, not actually like game. And that maybe was wrong. But again, I don't believe that that's secret abilities, and we're just choosing to withhold information for the sake of adding history to the game. That would make the game. Anyways, drop a few lines of dialogue suggesting
Vaya a
that
chingar fucking.
but no, we didn't get it as part of in-game lore. We got it from an interview, which suggests to me that the real reason is that they didn't think of it and they don't care. I no longer trust that Nintendo was thinking about the lore that deeply. I think it's far more likely that Nintendo had the Sheikah civilization disappeared simply because it was broken. Because it was an ancient civilization giant thing with a blue aesthetic. And Nintendo needed to make room for their shiny new civilization with a green aesthetic. I think the real reason why nobody in Nintendo Village remembers Link, even though he supposedly lives there, is because as much as possible they don't want newcomers into Tears of the Kingdom from Breath of the Wild to feel out of place. They don't want a situation where every NPC recognizes Link, and these new players will feel like they're missing out on a bunch of context. So they just made a situation in which in this game, Link didn't go to certain places, he didn't talk to certain people, he didn't do certain quests. And even the things that he did do, like the Hudson wedding, happened in a different way because apparently he never talked to Bolson during that interaction. The answer to why all of these inconsistencies were happening seems to me to be because the story needed to happen, and no other reason past that. They didn't think of it, they don't care. And if they don't, I don't see the reason why I should. It's clear that they don't want to connect the Zelda games to their older titles in any way other than a superficial reference. And they don't even care about the lore that they are generating for these new Zeldas. They'll get rid of it the moment it becomes inconvenient. And even the lore that they generated for these games that they keep is not very good. So for example, you have the 8 Heralds mystery. In Breath of the Wild, that was one of the more interesting mysteries, there was a lot of speculation about it. Initially, people were trying to tie them to ancient sages, and then as more information on Tears of the Kingdom came out, they tried to tie them to the people that wielded the secret stones in the past, assuming that they paralleled the sages from Ocarina of Time. This is the kind of lore that's very interesting. Monster Maze, a YouTuber, had a lengthy video on the subject, presenting all the existing evidence and going through a pretty cool theory. Well, in Tears of the Kingdom, we did want to answer that mystery. And the answer was lame. The 8 heroine was just some guy. It had nothing to do with anything, and I think this perfectly encapsulates the problem. They were unwilling to have the heroines parallel the sages, even though every piece of evidence that they had put so far seemed pointing out. But they were also unwilling to tie it to their new mythology. They were unwilling to tie it to the champions and secret stones. They are determined to have their lore mythology go nowhere and mean nothing. You can't extrapolate anything from it because there isn't anything there. It is not a surprise that there are so few lore videos about Tears of the Kingdom. Because if Nintendo isn't going to take their lore seriously, then many people are going to see that and become discouraged. It makes people think that they've been writing conspiratorial fan fiction, but they're trying to make sense of something that fundamentally doesn't begin. And that's the end of this video. Please unsubscribe and click the bell notification. And as always, thank you very much for watching.
Rosalba.
You might remember that before the release of Tears of the Kingdom, this channel was making heavy inroads into becoming a Zelda-focused channel. I was shilling Tears of the Kingdom hard. I was not only promoting the game, I was promoting it to the demographic least likely to buy. Much of my audience consisted of Zelda fans that didn't exactly like Breath of the Wild for some reason, and were skeptical about Tears of the Kingdom. So a month or two before release, I was doing nearly daily uploads, I was talking in podcasts with other very prominent Zelda YouTubers, and the plan was, once Tears of the Kingdom came out, I would cover it for a long while, and my content would transition into lore. I noticed that a huge number of the big Zelda content YouTubers were lore people, and I was eager to enter that space. But that didn't happen. Post-release, my Zelda content tapered off. And I wasn't the only one. Go look at all the big Zelda YouTubers, not the ones focused on game, the ones focused on lore, and you will find that they've only uploaded a handful of videos since the game came out. It released 10 months ago, and most of these large channels have well below 10 Tears of the Kingdom videos, less than one video. Yet, for the ones that were around, these same people were uploading more Breath of the Wild related videos at a higher rate for years after Breath of the Wild had already come out. There seems to be a general disinterest and disappointment, especially when it comes to the lore. There was a video by Hyrule Gamer called Our Zelda Games Lose the Charm, and in the intro of that video he talked about specifically the negativity and decline of interest that he's noticed. So the question is, why? Well, in a video by one of those big Zelda YouTubers, Bandit Games, he explains just that. In his video, he gives a lengthy explanation about why he's dissatisfied with Tears of the Kingdom, and why he's going to not make any more Tears of the Kingdom lore videos. What I mean is I haven't been theoretically sitting on my ass and not coming up with video ideas. I have video ideas. This isn't a video that's trying to give me video ideas. There are so many, it's an entire world. Okay? There are so many things to talk about.
Puta Rosalba.
Royal 3D World launches on Wii U for $6. Later is discounted as Nintendo Select for $20. Gets ported to Switch for $60. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze launches at $50. Is discounted to $20. Gets ported to Switch for $60. Luigi's Mansion 2 launches on 3DS for $40 in 2013. Discounted to $20 in 2016. And gets ported to Switch for $60 in 2025. I mean, what? I'm sorry, what? Are you fucking kidding me? Let's also keep in mind all these games are over a decade old. Charging me $60 for a 12-year-old 3DS movie which costs $20. It's so late in the game. It's not like every dollar you spend on Nintendo is just one more reason they have to charge you more for less. Behind this, behind that, I will buy this quality of a game for this price regardless of its age. So what do we have now? Well, we have a console that needs the bare minimum 4K output. That's something I would expect standard for console in 2016, let alone 2025. 120 Hz, to be expected. Although it's nice to know that when power this thing is perfect, it ain't enough for 4K, like nothing soon. I guess we'll just have to wait another 9 years for that. A 1080p screen, geez, I fucking hope so. And a few other little additions that just barely scrape the standard of today's console. But what about those accessories? Of course, we now have
Rosalba.
accessible with the The new Switch 2 camera, you can stream your greasy face while your loser friends over in New Zealand. But of course, I Nintendo Switch Online members as well. Those online is completely useless unless you pay money. With a paid subscription, you get the privilege of participating in streaming calls featuring a shitty virtual green screen ad, 3 frames per second streaming, and only 4 minutes latency. It's all below the price of these $20 daily but at the very least, now inviting friends to parties is all done on the system. No need for complicated instructions on how to use a headphone jack. Wow, only took 23 years. I'm glad to see people treat this like an accomplishment. But don't forget to the new Switch camera, you can greasy face while your loser friends over in New Zealand. Of course, I Nintendo Switch Online members as well. With a paid subscription, you get the privilege of participating in
Puta Rosalba. Perfectamente. Fucking mi puta vida hecho a perder. La payasada eres tú, Rosalba. La payasada eres tú, Rosalba.